just a little review for the quiz today. So just a couple things on, this is the practice from yesterday. So on number 2 here, make sure you start here at this point. It just says graph each line. So I'm going to start at 4, -5. And then I'm going to use the slope. So if the slope is 2, that means it's 2 over 1. So I'm going to go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. Okay, so make sure you have enough points to make your line, and then make sure you put arrows on that line. Okay, inequalities. So remember, on inequalities, first you have to get the y by itself. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the y by itself on this one. So I'm going to subtract over the 4x. So negative 3y is greater than negative 4x plus 12. Okay, I'm going to divide by the negative 3. Because it's negative, I have to flip the sign. So divide by negative 3. Remember, divide on each piece. So the negative 3 goes away, and I'm going to flip the sign. Y is less than. I have 2 negatives here, so this becomes positive 4/3 x, and then 12 divided by negative 3 is negative 4. Okay, make sure you box or circle or highlight that so that we can check your equation. Now I want to graph this line. So same way you graph a regular line. Start at negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, on the y-axis. Okay, here's my slope. Up 4 over 3. So from this point, I'm going to go up 4, right 3. Up 4, right 3. Up 4, right 3. I'm going to do one more this way. Down 4, left 3. Okay? Now, before I connect the dots, remember, if you have an inequality symbol like this that does not have the equal sign, it's dashed. So make sure that you just dash your line or dotted line, something like that. Okay, so now I'm going to figure out, well, which side do I shade? Okay, so if you're in Miss South's class, I always check the point 0, 0. Okay, so I want to see if any point on this side is a solution, or I can check any point on this side. It doesn't matter what you pick. I pick 0, 0 because it's the easiest. So I put 0 into the y, and I put 0 into the x, minus 4. So 0 is less than, 4/3 times 0 goes away. Is 0 less than negative 4? That would be a no or false. So here's 0, 0. Because it was false, that means 0, 0 is not a solution, which means I need to go to the other side of the line, and everything on this side of the line is a solution. So that's where I shade. If your inequality has a line under it, has the equal sign, that would be a solid line. So inequality with no equal sign is dashed, equal sign is solid. Okay, finding the intercepts. So the easiest thing here is to plug in 0 to the opposite one. So if I want to find the x-intercept, I'm going to put 0 into the y. So I have 5x minus 2 times 0 equals negative 30. 5x, that's gone, equals negative 30. Divide by 5, x equals negative 6. We write that as a coordinate point. Negative 6, comma 0. Okay, and I do the same thing for the y-intercept. So I'm going to plug opposite, so I'm going to go into the x. 5 times 0 minus 2y equals negative 30. 5 times 0 is gone. Negative 2y equals negative 30, and divide by negative 2. So y equals 15. Write that as a coordinate point. This one's the y, so I put 0 first and then the 15. Okay, to graph that, just graph these 2 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's negative 6. And 15, I have to go above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to go right here. Sorry. Oh, that one. Okay, and you just connect it. That's all you have to have there. Okay, write the function in slope-intercept form. So you have your formulas in front of you for the quiz. So here's slope-intercept form. You need the y by itself. Okay, so let's do number 10. I'm going to subtract over the 2x. Negative 5y equals negative 2x minus 6. Be extra careful with your negatives here. A lot of you mess up because you just don't see this negative 6 or you don't write this negative. That messes up your whole answer. Okay, then I'm going to divide by negative 5. Everything gets divided by negative 5. Okay, so I'll write down here. I have y equals, this becomes positive 2/5 x, and then this becomes positive 6/5. And that's ugly to graph. You start here at positive 6/5, so a little bit above 1, which is hard to do. And then my slope is up 2 over 5. So I go up 2, right 5. Up 2, right 5. Okay, and then I can go down 2, left 5. And then there's my line. So the thing to remember, if you have a negative slope, you go down and right. Down and right. And that creates the line that goes this way. Okay, positive slope, negative slope. Okay, vertical and horizontal. So if you have x equals, remember that goes through the x-axis. So that would be a vertical line going through positive 7. Okay, that's an undefined slope. Undefined slope. Whereas y equals goes through the y-axis, and that slope is 0. Okay, that's different than no slope. This would be like no slope. This one is a slope of 0. Okay, finding the slope of the line is just your slope formula. So then we've got a couple different things here. Write the equation in slope-intercept form. So this is what you're going to get to. Okay, so basically if you have a slope and a point, you're going to use point slope, which you're also given. Okay, be extra careful with your negatives here. So let's do number 16. Y minus, this is y1, so negative 1 equals 2/3 times x minus 4. Now before you do anything, simplify your positives and negatives. So this, I have 2 negatives, becomes y plus 1 equals 2/3 times x minus 4. It's only 2 steps from here. We're going to distribute the 2/3. So y plus 1 equals 2/3 x minus 8/3. Remember, you have a calculator in front of you. Be careful when you put this in. It's a 2/3 times a negative 4, which is a negative 8/3. Then I want to get y by itself, so I subtract 1. So y equals 2/3 x, and then this is negative 8/3 minus 11/3. Okay, we leave our answers in fractions, no decimals. Fractions are exact, decimals are not. Okay? Okay, so then parallel and perpendicular, remember, you look at the slope of this line. So this line right here, the slope is negative 1. If I'm doing a parallel line, I would have the exact same slope. So I use this slope, negative 1, and this point in point slope, this equation right here. Same thing. If I'm doing perpendicular, I look at the slope. The slope of this line is 1/3. But perpendicular means I do opposite reciprocal. So I flip it and I change the sign. So now I use this slope of negative 3 with this point in point slope. The other kind we did solve the equations is if you're given 2 points. Okay, this one has the most work to it. The first thing you have to do is find the slope. So I'm going to do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Notice I did 4 minus a negative 5. So that becomes negative 10 over 4 plus 5, which is 9. So now there's my m, or my slope. I'm going to take that slope with one of these points. It does not matter. I'm going to use the first one. So y minus y1, which is 7, equals negative 10 over 9 times x minus x1, which is negative 5. Again, be careful here. Y minus 7 equals negative 10 over 9 times x plus 5. Now I'm going to do my 2 steps. Distribute, and then I'm going to add over the 7. So y minus 7 equals negative 10 over 9x minus 50 over 9. If you put negative 10 ninths times positive 5 in your calculator, you should get negative 50 over 9. Okay, then I need y by itself, so I add over the 7. Y equals negative 10 over 9x plus 13 over 9. Sorry. Okay, we did a point and a slope. We did 2 points just now, and then perpendicular. This slope is negative 2, so perpendicular slope would be positive 1 over 2, because this is negative 2 over 1, and you flip it and change the sign. You use this slope with this point into point slope. Okay, these kinds right here determine if it's parallel, perpendicular, or neither. If you're doing this one, make sure you're showing your work here. So I need to get y by itself. So I would add over the 3x and divide by the 4 on everything. So y equals 3/4 x plus 15/4. Okay, same thing for this one. I need to show my work. So I'm going to subtract the 9x over and then divide by negative 12 on everything. Y equals, that simplifies to positive 3/4 x plus 2. Okay, I only care about the slopes. Positive 3/4, positive 3/4. They are the same, which means they are parallel. Okay, so that's it. Good luck on your quiz.